Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on a Friday afternoon for Drink Manila Tip Your Bartender. My name is Icy Marinas, and I am your host for today. Thank you for joining us and tuning in. We've got one of our favorite bartenders in the industry, a very, very talented bartender, Mr. Larry Guevara, as our special guest for today. So, as thank you for joining us. And if this is your first time joining us on a Friday afternoon, this is your tip your bartender. This is Drink Manila's way of helping out our bartending community during these trying times. I hope you guys have a good you're having a good Friday and you're looking forward to this um, rainy weekend. But we hope that in joining us today, you're going to be inspired into making a really nice drink for yourselves and also be inspired by the stories you're going to be hearing from Larry. So, DM Happy Hour. This is a special CRS project. So tip your bartender. We'll be showcasing a bartender who will share a tasty cocktail recipe that viewers can do at home, as well as promote the businesses that they've actually started during this pandemic. So you guys, you viewers can show your love and support by probably like sending a tip to your bartender. We're going to be like flashing their Gcash number here on the screen shortly. We're also going to be we're going to be asking Larry some questions about his business that he set up during this pandemic. So the last three episodes, we have been featuring super talented bartenders who are based in Manila. Some have been, some have actually gone back to their own provinces, like in Quezon. That was Ed during the last episode. So they featured the businesses that they've set up. So they have, so far we've done milk tea, horchata. We've also done healthy elixirs that are being now provided, being bought by frontliners in the province of Quezon. So we've got a really interesting, there's really cool happening today. So we actually, starting today, we have a brand sponsor awarding the highest tipper for this week. So we're going to be starting off today until we'll probably be choosing the winner by next week. So I think give it around by Monday or Tuesday, we'll be announcing who is going to be the highest tipper for today's episode. So you guys are going to be tipping based on the generosity of your heart, possibly because you've been inspired and you appreciate the insights, the positive insights that our featured bartender for today is going to be sharing, or if they probably have a business that you might be interested in. So whether if it's, these bartenders selling their own drinks to go, or maybe for this specific episode, we have Larry Guevara, who started his own YouTube channel. He's actually he'll be able to share more insights about it when he goes on air in a few minutes. So before I put him on this on the stage, I'm going to be playing a reel that he made specially for this show. And I think this is also available, and he's going to be showing this on his YouTube site. So please come and join us, watch this, and enjoy this reel. And after that, you're going to be meeting Larry in a few minutes. See you.
What's up mga ka-jigger?
All right. That was a really nice reel, Larry. I hate you. Now I really want to go back to Palawan. How are you? I think your microphone is muted.
Let me check.
Yan, okay na.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, all right.
Hey, Larry. Medyo mahina lang ah.
Medyo malayo kasi ako eh. Narinig niyo
Ayan,
na ako?
ayan, yan. Yes, perfect.
All
So,
right.
Mr. Larry Guevara, people.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you for saying yes to this guesting. It really means a lot to us, you know. So I was telling them about a little bit about yourself, but you know, you have an amazing story over this pandemic, you know. So we wanted to make sure that we capture that story and help you share this more to, you know, a lot more viewers. So how have you been? I know you have been very, very busy, and of course this is a special episode for Father's Day as well. Congratulations, you're a new father, I know.
Thank you. After 100 years.
After 100 years, grabe naman
Got it.
Si Charlene, 100 years bago nanganak. Pero parang it felt like 100 years, no? So, you know, tell us, Larry, how have you been over this pandemic? What's been happening? What happened?
Well, actually, it has really been tough. You know that we've been stationed in Lido for some time now, almost 3 years, and then this pandemic, hit the world. Everybody's affected, and Charlene alone, she was 6 months pregnant that time, and there was a news of the lockdown, so we really had to fly her out. Good thing that she was able to fly out of El just before March 15, and thankfully she made it. Otherwise, she could have, we could have stayed in El Nido, and it could have been much tougher because Puerto Princesa also closed. The municipality, there was no intermunicipality. There
Travel?
was not,
Yeah.
so you cannot travel from one municipality, so it was really tough. But I waited also for almost a month and a half, until I got a sleeper flight. I was able to fly back to Manila.
But that was a really crazy experience. You know, it started from getting Charlene on a plane to Manila because, you know, she's due in two
Yeah,
months, I guess, not 2 months ba? Tapos ikaw naiwan ka, and then, you know, you find yourself trying to find a flight just to get to Manila as well and be in time to join the birth of your newborn baby. So tell us about so now, you know, this is it's gonna be Father's Day, and this is gonna be your first Father's Day. How does it feel to
I'm
have not
so
just a
excited.
baby over during the pandemic, but you know, your first Father's Day?
Yeah. What's that again? I see.
So I said that you know, I said that so you're a new dad. It's going to be Father's Day in the next few days, and
Yeah.
how do you feel? Like, how do you feel? Like, you know, you like from the time that, you know, when Charlene gave birth, also, were you afraid because, you know, you had to like take her to a hospital? How did it feel? You know, having a kid being delivered during this time, and being a first, you know, father at the same time, and you know, it's also a pandemic. How did you feel? How did you cope with it?
Well, it was really tough. Aside from the emotional, the difficulty of, having to deal it emotionally, mentally, it was really tough. And I think the most difficult part was when she almost went to preterm labor, and I was in El Nido, she was here in Manila, and the baby's heartbeat was like really very low, and we were really very scared that she'll not make it and the baby won't make it. But thankfully, through prayers and through, the doctors that look after Charlene and the baby, she was able to get through that one. And that was really, I think that was like the toughest part of being a first time dad, because, you know, you're so excited at the same time you're really worried about the baby and your wife, and you not being there personally present, and that's really tough, you know. So yeah.
So so aside from so any but anyway, but you're gone through it, no? We're gonna we need to apparently your audio is quite weak, so we're gonna have to like try to fix that. Can I put you on the back end for now, on the backstage, and then you can sort things out with Star and Christmas and do some adjustments. In the meantime, I'm gonna give you a few minutes to fix your audio. Do you have a mic? What do you call this? A headset or something, so the mic can be louder. Maybe you
Okay,
can fix
sure,
that.
sure.
I'm going to put you on the backstage first. So in the meantime, what I can do is I can play one of your videos again for now. And then it's an old video actually of Drink Manila that you did for us a couple of years back for Christmas. But it just
Ah,
showcases again your talent. So viewers, please sorry about this, but we just need to fix a little bit. We want to make sure that you hear the story coming from Larry. So we just have a little bit of a technical problem with this with the volume of his voice. But please stay with us, and we'll be right back. Please enjoy this video for now. Hello. I'm not sure if it's fixed, but is it? Okay, I think I see Larry wearing something. Okay, let's put him on. Hey, Larry.
can you hear me now?
Okay, is it the same? Can you guys hear him properly now? Mic test, mic test.
Hello, can you hear
Yeah,
me
just
now?
talk. I don't know if they can. I can hear you, but I think the other viewers are having a difficult time. Oh, can't hear you again.
Can't hear me? Oh,
Yeah. So okay, how are we gonna do this? We need to adjust your microphone again. So okay, so guys, I'm gonna go and take Larry out first until he's ready. But Nell, you have me. This is something that's always, interesting and exciting when you're doing a live feed. So many things can happen. And you always have to be prepared for something or have to be a really good, I don't know, blagger when this happens. But anyway, thank you again, guys, for joining us. If you've never joined us on a Friday afternoon, this is Drink Manila, Tip Your Bartender. And my name is Icy Marinas. And we have a guest here today. His name is Larry Guevara. He's actually one of our favorite bartenders. And, today he's here to share his stories of the pandemic. So if you're not familiar with Drink Your Bartender is a CRS program started by Drink Manila to make sure that we reach out to these bartenders who have been an inspiration and who have been trying to better themselves uh, during this pandemic. So we have already guested three different bartenders so far. This is our fourth episode. And on the first three, we have featured three different bartenders who have three different products that they have been already selling out in the market. So what we want to do and what we want to achieve is for these bartenders to also inspire other bartenders, or maybe not just bartenders, but also regular folks who, despite the situation that we're in, we shouldn't feel helpless because we can actually do something about it by, setting up a new business. So that's what we want to do. We want to be able to find bartenders who can inspire and share their experiences and their insights to people who are willing to listen. And that so for the I also want to explain the mechanics of drink your bartender while we're waiting for Larry to fix his voice feed. So I'm going to be talking about how to join. So for people who are joining us now, this is Tip Your Bartender PH, and there are different ways where you can support your bartenders. So we're going to be flashing Larry's Gcash here later. So it's just kind of like it's a platform we're in. You can show your love and appreciation to the bartender, but just because one, maybe you really want to buy, you can buy into their products, or maybe just tip them like as you would if you were like in your favorite bars. But for people who would like to join Tip Your Bartender PH, this is open to everyone. And this is the criteria. So number one, create one tasty cocktail that people can easily easily make at home. Post a picture for the cocktail with the recipe on your social media. So maybe you guys might want to screenshot this, and for you guys who are interested in joining, tag your business account in your post. Write something about your experience being a bartender and during quarantine. So for today, we're also very proud to announce that we're going to be awarding the highest tipper for this week's episode. So from today until Monday, we're gonna be waiting for you guys by we're gonna be awarding the highest tipper for Tip Your Bartender PH. So if you want to join, all you need to do, you're gonna have Larry Guevara's Gcash later, so you can just send him 20 pesos or 50 pesos. So it's kind of like an entry to win bottles. So we're gonna start giving away bottles now for people who have tipped the most in Drink Your Bartender. So I think it's a great way to entice you guys, to be able to help uh, your favorite bartenders during this time. So it's great. You're gonna be joining. You can tip, and then you can receive something. So for today, we're actually working with Distilleria Lemtuaco. It's also a brand of local liqueurs and spirits that Larry also does work for. So it's going to be exciting. For next week, it's going to be different. So I hope you guys are enticed enough to join in. And while we're waiting for Larry again, sorry you guys, we're having some difficulty with Larry's audio, so I'm just trying to ad lib here. But for today, we were sponsored by Manil and the special bottle. I actually used this last week as well because really, it's one of my favorite, liqueur. So this is, if you guys are not familiar, or maybe you've seen this in, your favorite liquor stores. This is Manil Liqueur de Calamansi. So what is a liqueur? Liqueur is it's a like this one is a calamansi has calamansi fruit notes. So it has fresh calamansi juice, probably possibly with maybe it's peels. I don't know how they actually make this, but possibly that with a strong spirit base. So maybe vodka spirit base, and then also sugar. So that's the composition of liqueur. So you guys can use this in so many ways. You can add it in cocktails, or you can have it by yourself. By itself, all you need to have is a nice glass full of ice, and just pour this over with maybe fresh, nice fresh calamansi wheels, yeah, in your glass, and just stir it. It's such a refreshing drink. It's a great local Filipino product that you can find on a special page also owned by Distilleria Limtuaco. Let me just double check. I know that it's liquor.com.ph or Liquor Express. So these are just one of the few bottles. The highest tipper also will be winning. So I hope you guys can, show your love to Larry later. I don't know how long I can keep on talking here without Larry. I need Larry. What's going on, guys? And I hope you guys can still stay tuned. But again, lastly, I gotta just play another video and then hopefully we got Larry back on. So please stay tuned and enjoy this video again. This is Icy Marinas of Tip Your Bartender, Drink Manila, Tip Your Bartender.
What's up mga ka-jigger?
And I'm back and Larry is here. Thank God. Okay, so how's going
Can you
on?
hear me? Can you hear me
Yes,
clearly
I
now?
can hear you. I think that's a lot better. It's a little louder than earlier. But hey, again, guys, welcome again. And welcome again, Larry. We had a
Thank
little bit of
you.
a close call there, but now we're back on and here we are. So, as you were saying, this is a special Father's Day. This is an advanced Father's Day celebration for you. So,
Yeah,
your son, no, was born out of
yeah,
the pandemic.
correct,
And
correct.
how many days old?
You
Sorry.
see, I'm wearing a special cap.
What is it? Coronavirus. What is it? Veteran. Something. Coronavirus. Veteran. Yes, you are. Kulang na lang, fingers crossed and, knock on wood. Isa
Yeah,
na lang
yeah,
ang
yeah.
kulang dun, but you've pretty much had an amazing story out of this pandemic. And it's still going on. It's still going on. Nandyan ba yung baby mo?
Hindi, tulog, tulog.
The
You
love.
guys,
Okay.
you guys too excited kasi.
Okay. Also, without further ado, before we get into the nitty gritty of this interview again, can you
Alright.
please prepare us the drink that you were sharing with us? Can you please show them and talk to us about this drink?
All right. So actually, what I'm going to prepare for you today is a drink called Quantini. So we just celebrated what do you call this? World Gin Day. The same time, it's gonna be Martini Day soon. So want to make a variation of the martini, but it has more of like a Filipino touch. This has always been like one of my advocacy, which is to focus on Filipino flavors, because I'm brown cantinero, I'm Filipino, and I want to
Yeah.
highlight the flavor of the Philippines. And one of the ingredients actually is the one that you mentioned a while ago, Manil Calamansi liqueur. And excuse me, I'm gonna make a variation
Here
of
on,
like a
by the
lemonade.
way.
Oh, you have one. Good for you. All right. So what we're gonna do is like a variation of a lemon drop, but it's called Quantini. Why Quantini? Because the word Quan is a word that's been loosely used by Filipinos for something that to name a thing or something that you momentarily forgot. Like for example, pwede mo bang kunin yung Quan? So I think right now we're in that situation wherein
Iba pala
we
yung
don't
spelling ng Kwan mo. Iba yung
KWA.
spelling ng KWAN. Okay. I love it. I love you guys. You have like you give the best, cocktail names.
Yeah, because right now we don't know exactly the situation. We know that the numbers of the infected is growing, still getting higher and higher each day, and it's quite alarming. But especially for a father, first time father and a first time parent, it's really kumbaga, it's alarming, and at the same time it's heartbreaking to know that the numbers of the infected start gets getting higher and higher. So I wanted
Yes.
to create a drink that's really pretty much like something that has to do with the situation that we don't know what's gonna happen. So it's like yung kwan nung para when you go back, maybe you're gonna say, "Hey, can you make me the drink yung kwan that time when the pandemic was happening?" Something like that. So it's just really like very Pinoy. So what we're going to can I start now? By the way,
Yes, go ahead. You're making me
so
thirsty.
all right.
In the meantime,
So
you're showing them how to make this drink. I'm gonna pour myself just a nice, beautiful glass of Manil liquor.
all right. So this is a very simple drink actually to make. Everybody can make it at their own home. The ingredients are very simple. All you have to do is, or all you need is the Manila liquor de calamansi, uh, bottled and produced by Distillery in Tuaco, the oldest distillery in the Philippines, by the way. And also from some fresh lemon juice. And I'm going to be using Muscovado syrup, right? And this is going to be usually when we make a cocktail, there's always like the base, right? So we usually use any type of base liquor like gin, rum, vodka. But I will be highlighting Manil as the key ingredient. So for this, all you need is a shaker, or if you don't have a proper shaker like this, any tumbler that can hold a single portion glass, you can use anyhow. So for this, you need 45 ml. That we very nice citrusy calamansi liqueur. And then, since this is the highlight, we're using 45. I'm gonna spike it a little bit with the lambanog, one of my favorite distilled spirit from coconut,
Also by
fermented
the
wine.
distillery, yeah, Limtuaco, of
Yes,
course.
yes. So this is the San Juan. Actually, this is one of my favorite lambanogs in the market. Not because that I'm supported by Limtuaco or any by Distillery Limtuaco, but honestly, I've tried so many lambanogs before, and so far this is like one of the lambanog that didn't give me any headache. So we're
Maybe later
putting
you
in
can share some tips
30
on how
ml.
to lessen the hangover also.
Yeah, yeah. So 30 ml goes into the drink, and then you need 30 ml of freshly squeezed lemon juice. So I'm using really the fresh ingredients because it really, makes a lot of difference instead of using the typical, concentrate and stuff like that in the market. This will really give you, that overall citrusy, lemony kind of flavor, which will complement the liquor as well as the base spirit, which is the manil calamansi, and also the extra sucker punch from the lambanog.
Right.
Now, in terms of the sweetness, you can adjust it, but in this particular recipe, I'm using only 15 ml of the Muscovado syrup. So it's very easy to prepare. You have equal parts of sugar and water, and voila, you have a simple syrup. So I'm just using 50 ml of that. Now you can adjust it. You can make it sweeter, depends on your personal preference. And we're gonna give it a quick taste, right? Again, oh, beautiful. Now, again, this is very easy to prepare, very easy to make at your own, and guys, you will really love this. Now, I'll be using a coupe glass for this. Usually, martinis can be served in a martini glass, but I like it's more elegant, right?
And I
And I'm
like the way
gonna.
that your pinky is also up, ah.
It's really chilled, by the way, just like how the professional bartenders are doing it.
Yeah, it's
So can you
chill.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna uh, rim it with some Moscovado. Okay, I'm gonna dip. I have a brown sugar here, Moscovado sugar. So I'm gonna dip it, dip in that.
I can imagine how that's gonna taste like. Also, especially the first mouthfeel. It seems like your drink is a little bit sour, but then when you have that Moscovado, it just nicely balances out the burst of flavors from your drink.
That's right. That's why I also use very minimal syrup in my drink because you still have the sugar on the rim.
Yeah.
And what's
Plus,
really
your liqueur
exciting
already
about,
has a lot of sugar too.
oh yeah,
Sweet.
we're bartenders. We're always prepared. All right. So I have my chilled cooked glass here with the sugar rim, Moscovado on the side. So right now I have my drink. I'm just gonna get some ice. I just gotta use a proper tongue for this. Okay. So I'm putting it in my large shaker so I can have more space for shaking and as well add a lot of ice to make it even really cold. And very simple. You have your drink, ice, and we're going to shake it away. Shake it with a smile. All right. And then we're just gonna double strain it. Make sure you get everything into the shaker. And we're just going to strain it. You don't need to double strain it because it's nice to have the small pieces of the fresh lemon going into the drink. And it
Right.
works balanced perfectly well with the sugar rim. And for this, I'm gonna garnish it with, I'm gonna use my hand, just lemon wheel. And here you go, the Quantini.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers to that beautiful drink that you shared with us. I hope the viewers learned something. And, to pick up a bottle of Manil Calamansi, support local, especially at this time.
Right.
So it's great.
By
So
the way, they can actually get it with Mercury Drug, 7-Eleven. You can
wow, it's
find
really
Manila
easy
there.
to find.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you can get that in Manila, Mercury Draw, but thanks for the information. So anyway, Larry, so cheers again. And so we're going to be starting some questions about, what you've been busy with during the pandemic. I know that, so for the first three episodes, we've been featuring bartenders who have started their own, businesses, still based on beverage. But you're different because you started before the pandemic. You already set up a YouTube channel. So, why why did you start focusing on this? Why did you think of setting up a YouTube channel?
Well, to be honest, Dixie, even before YouTube was YouTube, actually, I was into documentary films, war films, and stuff like that. I was this is what really got me into photography and also to videography. And I started like watching films that I didn't realize I was getting more into the intricate details of how the camera movement, how the lights are placed and stuff like that. So this is what really kind of started. But I wasn't really like thinking when I first started my YouTube channel way back in 2009 when I started working in the cruise ship. I was already like documenting. You wouldn't believe I have videos of my flare videos way back in 2003 when I was just starting out as a bartender. And it was still on VHS.
Wow.
So I'm a
VHS
dinosaur. I'm a
talaga.
dinosaur. Yeah,
There's nothing
so
wrong with that. You got a lot of experience.
yeah, that's right. But like I said, I was really into documenting stuff. So every time there's like a competition, regardless if I'm in it or not, I would be just filming it and watching it. And then eventually, when I got into editing, and I started when people started saying, "Hey, you edited this nice video" and stuff like that. So I got more interested to really put out. And there was no name for like content before. YouTube was just YouTube, and I was like posting videos. I remember I when I started a channel, it was called Mr. Water Trotter because
Why the name?
I was working on the cruise ships and I'm going around the world.
Ah,
So
okay. So you're
Mr.
trotting
Water
on
Trotter,
water. All right.
right. So it wasn't really like a serious thing back then. And in 2013, when I stopped working on the cruise ship, I met one guy from New York, Mr. Steve Mian. Excuse me, Mr. Steve Mian. I don't know if he's watching right now,
Wow.
but Mr. Steve from New York, um, a very nice guy, very nice family. And when I stopped in 2013, Yolanda happened, right? And he was the one who actually sent me a video of this guy named Casey Neistat, a very popular YouTuber, blogger, and he made a story or he put up a video about Yolanda. He was given a certain amount of budget for a film, but he spent it. He came over to Manila. I think it was around 20,000 US dollars. So
That's a
he
big
brought
budget.
it's a huge budget, and he bought a lot of like rice, groceries and stuff for this excuse me, people affected by Yolanda. And when I started watching Casey, that's when I started to tell myself, man, I need to I had to get serious with this. And then eventually, 2017, Charlene and I we decided, hey, we're moving to El Nido, and this is like one of the best islands in the world. Might as well,
It
shoot
is the best
videos there.
island in the world.
But, that you're from San Vicente, right?
Yeah,
So
I'm also a Palawenyo, so of course I gotta say that.
that's right. So we thought of like, but back then the idea was just we were just gonna create a channel. We're gonna document everything that we're doing here, but we were not really thinking that eventually there's a possibility that it can get monetized. And by the way, I just want to tell you that at around 4 o'clock this afternoon, we just reached the minimum requirement in YouTube for 1,000
Right.
subscribers. So
I
that's
was just about to tell you, and can I just tell you that the 1,000 person who subscribed to your channel is actually Drink Manila Christmas.
sweet. Thank you, thank
Congratulations,
you,
Larry. I was just waiting
thank
for
you.
you to I was just waiting for you to finish your story. But
It was really
congratulations, another reason
thank
to
you,
have
thank
a
you,
nice swing.
thank you. Of course, I have my drink here, so I'm gonna finish this. Anyway, going back to my story,
Yeah.
Charlene and I decided to start with the YouTube again 2017 as a couple, now as a couple, because our story when we started in this industry, at first it was me all the time giving seminars and stuff like that, and then we joined Pilipinas Got Talent, and for me that was like really the groundbreaking. It was a groundbreaking event for us personally as a couple because for the first time, the whole world, not only the Philippines, the whole world saw the skills of both the male and the female bartenders from the Philippines. And I think we were able to sort of we made a statement that as bartenders, it's not just making drinks and getting people drunk. It's a craft, it's a profession for me personally. That's what I believe in. And after being in the industry for some time now, um, really I want to highlight the Filipino craft culture because that's not so many people know about, especially like ordinary people. But for us in the industry, we know that Filipinos have been doing it for some time, even way back in the
We're one of
1930s.
the best
Way
bartenders in the world. We have a really long line of our DNA in bartending is amazing.
That's right. That's
It's
right.
something to be proud of, and it's something to shout out, and it's something to be supporting as well.
Right.
It is a
Yes.
craft. It's not just a job. It's a craft. So
Correct.
for
Correct.
people who are in the bartending industry, it's a lot of hard work just to get to that status.
It's
It's
really a
not
lot
just
of hard work.
It's not just pouring drinks. You're correct. It's not just pouring drinks and getting people drunk.
And
There's
not,
more to it.
and not just flipping bottles.
Yes.
So you have to
Yes.
find a balance.
Exactly. What is like? What are the most favorite things um of you? What is your most favorite? How do you say this? What are the most favorite experiences of yours during bartending? And
Oh,
why do you love bartending so much? I mean we're all in it, we love this industry a lot. Why? What makes it, lovable? What makes you continue what you keep doing?
well, this is the thing, Dixie. I'm a graduate of philosophy. I was in the seminary for 8 years. I was supposed to become a Catholic priest, right? And after that, I
Parang hindi ko na
decided,
siya parang hindi ko na siya matignan ngayon na I can't you were supposed to be a priest.
yeah, yeah. And then after that, when I graduated philosophy, I took up hotel and restaurant management. And my original plan was really to become a chef or a cook. But when I started like learning how to flare, when I saw my a classmate like flip a bottle, I said, that's what I'm gonna do. And it was tough because imagine I went to finish 2 degrees, and my late uncle who sent me to school actually told me, pinatapos kita ng 2 kurso tapos maglalaro ka lang ng mga bote. So that was like, for me, it kind of hurt, right? But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day, I said I have to prove first. I have to prove to myself first, so everybody can like eventually will understand why I have to fight for this passion for this craft. Because had I given up way back, I would not have gone this far, and I have not. I may not be able to share with you the experiences that I gathered through the years. And I'm really thankful that in this particular industry, you really have to fight for it, because there's always that the stigma that when you're a bartender, you're a drunkard, you really don't make serious money and stuff like that. But this particular the pandemic, for example, going back to just connecting it, it really made me realize that as a bartender, if you know how to work around things, if you know how to save money for the rainy days, because we know bartenders can really make a lot of money, and I mean make a lot
Yeah.
of money if you are wise.
Yes.
And this pandemic really sort of measured our tenacity, our resiliency for this particular situation. And I'm glad that my wife and I, who are both bartenders, by the way, were able to make it through all these challenges because we just prepared for it.
That's great. I hope that you've inspired more bartenders and just even just viewers, with your story. And since now you're really now pushing your YouTube channel. This is something that I guess thanks to the pandemic, you've had more time to like fix your channel. What are like people can now start their own channel. What could be like a few tips, important tips you can share with them on how to start their YouTube channel? What kind of content maybe that they need? Up to you. Please share some insights.
Yes, as you can see, our YouTube channel is not. Well, everybody knows that Charlene and I are bartenders. My wife and I are bartenders, but we want to move away from the typical like all cocktails, like what you guys are doing. For example, DrinkManila and other channels that focus on drinks. But what we wanted is we have like separate contents, which kind of that's why it's called Charlene and Larry. That's our YouTube channel, because we want to focus more on like the human side of us. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is Charlie, this is Larry, this is what we do, this is our profession, and this is what we love doing. And that's like creating contents and sharing with the world what we've been doing for some time now. When we started as a couple, and then we got engaged, and then we became husband and wife. We got married, and then the pandemic happened, and now we have a baby. So it's a very interesting scope. It's a wide scope actually of content, different contents. But at the same time, it kind of touches more on the human side. That I thought Larry is that very strict person, masyadong seryoso. But actually, very quirky din yan, very funny. For those who really know me very well, and for those I've worked with, they know me. They call me, in the ship, they call me Crazy Larry.
Why Crazy Larry? What are the craziest things you've done in the ship?
Crazy Larry
Are you
because when
allowed to
I'm
say?
blind,
Are you
when I,
is Charlene allowed to hear?
oh yeah, yeah. I mean, she knows
Okay.
everything about my escapades. But when I'm behind the bar, really, it's a stage for me. It's a stage for me, and I think I want to share this tattoo. Actually, I don't know if you can see it.
What does it
I don't know.
say?
It says, "Make happy those who are near, and those who are far will come."
Wow. It kind of reminds me of that quote from this movie. What is it? If you build, they will come. Parang ganon, no?
Yeah, so parang that was like that's how when I started bartending, I was looking up to some bartenders from all around, from around the world, from different nationalities, and as a graduate of philosophy, um, I think it makes a lot of sense that I use this particular quote because when you're really behind the bar, if you are really that happy person, if you're really high energy, you can you can transfer it to people. That
You can
happiness, you can change the world basically by being who you are, by
Sorry,
being
I have a guest. Sorry, Larry. Hi. My
yeah,
nephew
yeah,
just joined me in my
it's okay.
room. Okay.
Later on, my baby boy will be
Yeah.
here also. I'll show him. Yeah,
So yeah, it's an amazing inspiration that you're trying to you've been sharing a lot of what you've been learning through the years, Larry. And I know there's a lot of people who are having a difficult time now. Um, what other? I mean, aside from like your tattoo, you have a beautiful tattoo that reminds you to keep, I guess, to remind you that you can you can share positivity to people. And I know, like, for me, like, if you have a positive frame of mind, and if
right.
you aim to be a positive addition to people's lives, and you just feel that love and care, when you're making drinks, actually it also goes to the drink, that you people actually taste what you're feeling. So what else can you share now that we want to share more insights to our viewers here? What else can you share aside from that?
Well, I think also I give a huge shout out to those bartenders who are really, making trying to survive these days, and especially those who are doing, online selling. I want to give a special shout out to Joey Sardinia, Paulo Layao, Glenn, what do you call it? Who else? So many guys that I've been Jason. I've been who was in your show last time, a few shows before, and these are like bartenders that I really look up to, regardless of our age differences and our experiences. But this is how much I have respect for people like this. I mean, not even a pandemic can stop bartenders from being business people. And I think that's a very important attitude to focus on, because sometimes if you're just really focused on, okay, I'm gonna make money because I'm working at this company. What if the company closes down? So this is one of the lessons that I learned. And again, shout out to those guys who are been doing their part in making both ends excuse me meet for their family.
All right. Thank you so much, Larry. So I know that I'm almost done with my first drink, but I know that you have something else prepared.
Oh yes,
it was it
actually,
was something. Yeah, it's like I was like reading looking at your feed and Charlene's feed, and I'm like, so I saw this bottle with your baby's milk, and I said, just half kidding. I was like, "Oh, are you gonna be making a cocktail out of Charlene's breast milk?" So, guys, I'm sure this is kind of like, for some people it's kind of weird, but it's totally on. I mean, I think it's totally called for right now. I would love to see how you made a cocktail out of fresh breast milk.
Yeah, this is since
This
I'm
must be
gonna be
the healthiest breast the healthiest cocktail ever.
yeah, and this is actually really liquid gold, strictly speaking.
What is the name?
It's called Daddy Duties.
Okay, is that the payment for daddy duties?
Just in time for what do you call this,
For
for
fathers?
Mother's Day. Yeah. So
Oh, sorry,
what's
sorry,
really
Larry. Sorry, Larry. Before you start again, I just wanted to remind everybody that this tip your bartender. If you enjoyed Larry's stories and he's sharing his first cocktail earlier, tip your bartender is a platform where you can show your love to the bartender. So for this episode, he's been talking about his YouTube channel. He's been talking about his experiences over this pandemic and how he has been keeping afloat and keeping some sort of like some sort of normalization. I don't know, a normal life, but post.
that?
No, can't really say normal life anymore. The new norm.
You
So we're
know,
flashing Larry's Gcash here, just as if like just like as if you were in the bar and you enjoy this drink, enjoy this company. That's what bartenders are. They give you great drinks and also the best company that you can get. Please show him some love. Send him a tip, 10 pesos, 20 pesos, 100, maybe 10,000, a million if you got it.
who knows?
Share it. O share, pag nagbigay ng 1 million, mag-share ka din sa amin, ah.
Hey guys, make it rain.
But yeah, that is flashing his Gcash. You go straight to him. And also, we're going to be awarding DrinkManila and Distilleria Limtuaco is going to be awarding the highest tipper from today until Monday. So we're going to be pulling out the highest tipper. All you need to do is take a picture of your tip to Larry, send it to Drink Manila Messenger, and then that's kind of like a raffle coupon, I guess. So if you guys end up being the highest tipper for that for this week, then you're going to be enjoying a set of bottles coming from Distilleria Limtuaco for free. They're going to be sending it to you. Just we'll be asking for your address as well. So please, don't be shy.
By
You
the way, I
know,
wanna give a huge shout
yes.
out to Aaron Au of Distillery
Yeah.
Limtuaco
Hi,
for
Aaron. Thank you so much for the
undying
support.
support.
It's awesome. Anyway, okay, so let's go. Show your last cocktail. So excited to see this.
All right. So, like I said, the name of the drink is called Daddy Duties because this is really inspired by my newborn baby, my wife's fresh what do you call this, fresh breast milk. Actually, the first time that she breastfed our baby, and there was some leftover. And I said I really want to try that, and I asked her, and I tried it. Man, I think that's why they called it liquid gold because really it's something that like not just a father but let's say a person tasting a mother's milk. Man, that was really something, and something to feed my son. And now I tried it. uh, it's really exciting. That's
It's
why
so
I wanna share this with
so
you.
question, are you gonna be selling that if somebody actually orders it? Because they got your number, They can
Wow.
send you a message and say, hey, can we please order a few bottles to go? Is Charlene ready for for that?
That's why we're gonna start a company now.
Wow, that's gonna be a crazy one, huh? I mean, I
Yeah.
know that like, in the drinks industry, they are selling breast milk in the
I
UK, right? They
Yes.
they sell breast milk. Apparently, here also in the Philippines, there's a group of individuals who actually purchase breast milk to do certain things with, like wash their face with. I don't know about drinking, but also they also for mothers who can't produce their own breast milk, it's either they have a group of friends or people who actually give out breast milk and they actually buy it as well. You know.
That's right. So actually, this is very important because I'm gonna make it like what do you, the milk tea stuff that
Okay,
it's
okay, okay,
right now. But what
okay.
I have here is, excuse me, it's actually a storage bag for the breast milk.
All right.
I hope it fits the instrument. I hope it fits. But
In like 18 years time, you know, your son is gonna see this video and you know he's gonna be like, I can't believe my dad, you know.
actually, yeah, he's the crazy Larry. Okay. So again, this is a very simple drink to make. Um, I'm gonna start off by actually I'm using one of my favorite spirits, dark spirits, rum,
Right?
and right here we have a VOC, very old
Love
Captain
that.
Rum. Again, may sinabi ko ako. And I'm gonna shake this drink actually. Since I have a limited space for my cocktail, this is going to be 30 ml of the rum. So this is really fresh, freshly opened as well. So 30 ml of the rum. Now I really like this particular rum because it has really that bold character, hints of caramel and stuff like that. It's really very nice when using it for a cocktail and also as it is, especially for a rum old fashioned. This one's my
Agreed,
favorite.
agreed. I like that rum as well.
And I don't know if you guys know about this. This is the Intramuros. This is a cacao liquor. If you're familiar with Tablea, so this is a chocolate flavored liquor and works pretty well when mixed with milk. You know, so it's gonna work just right for the cocktail. So also I'm gonna be using 30 ml of that. So if you think about like Milo, for example, this is this is it.
But better.
Yeah, but better. And it's like a chocolate, a Milo with it, really nice, really nice. You can also find this on Liquor Express, right? So just gonna give it a quick taste. Gonna make sure that beautiful. All right, and now I have another ingredient that my mom is my wife is actually drinking right now. It's this M2 Malunggay Okra Luya concentrate.
What
No,
is that?
this is actually a tea drink. It's a tea
Okay.
drink, and my
Where do you
wife
find
told
that?
me
I've
that.
never seen that before.
So my wife drinks this one because it helps her with the lactation. You know,
Ah,
breastfeeding mom, this really helps a lot. So when this was delivered here in the house, I was like, man, I'm gonna make a drink with that. Definitely, I'm gonna make a drink with that.
Larry, did you know apparently like men can also lactate?
That I do not know though.
So be careful, you know, drinking that, you know, you might start lactating as well.
And that just gave me the goosebumps. Right. Anyway, so we have this one, the M2. So I have it here ready. I'm gonna pour in 60 ml of that. Now this is already a concentrate, so I'm just gonna adjust if I need a little bit more of the sweetness into it. But so far, when I tasted it, actually this is really enough. The sweetness is just right. Plus you're using Intramuros, which is a little bit sweet, and of course with the rum. So let's check it out. All right, excellent. Let's just drink some water. All
So
right.
water, everybody, you know, you got to make sure that when you're drinking, you got to hydrate because if you're
Okay.
not hydrated enough, it is equivalent to what? What happens if you're not hydrated, Sir Larry? You got a really bad hangover the next day.
Hangover, worst case scenario, you're gonna die.
Grabe naman. Ang
Yeah,
ano
joke
naman.
lang. All right. So I'm gonna shake this up again. Pero slight lang, huwag masyadong matagal. Slight lang siya. Yan, nakita nyo, it's really chilled, you know. We have the cross outside. And of course, just like an ordinary milk tea, you have your pearls or your tapioca balls, right?
May tapioca pa.
Yeah. So, syempre, effort talaga to eh.
Effortan mo talaga. Special ingredient yan.
Eh, kung gagawa lang naman ako ng video para hindi lang
Recipe for those who are just joining us, guys. This is a really special cocktail made out of breast milk.
Yes.
Please let me know if
So,
anybody's done this before. But for me, I've never done this before. And this is the first time I'm actually seeing this, so this is great.
So, first milk, ano pa lang to, tapioca at ice. Yan.
So if there's
now-
anybody who's daring enough to try this, it's available. Binuksan na agad yung shop, special shop, breast milk cocktail.
All right. So,
Sorry, how many ml of breast milk did you use?
so just halfway, I poured the drink, halfway. So I have some space for the breast milk, which I'm gonna put on top.
Top it lang. Okay.
So for the breast milk, I'm gonna be using 2 ounces.
2 ounces. That's definitely a mouthful.
Oh yeah, my mom can. I mean, my wife can do it. I mean, she can breast count all day.
Really?
Yeah.
Charlene, pinahirapan ka ni Larry. Slave na to. Grabing labor.
Siyempre, halika dito. Come here.
Okay, people, for you who just joined us, this is an exceptionally different cocktail. This is made out of breast milk. This is not like an everyday drink. But thank God, Larry and Charlene, they have a lot of extra. Their son doesn't seem to mind, and since this is a special Father's Day edition, this is actually with a baby too. Hi, so cute.
Say hi.
So cute. So that breast milk came from her, Charlene, and was meant for the baby. But now the new father has decided to turn it into a cocktail.
That's right. All right, so just about right. We got 2 ounces. Just gonna add a little bit of ice.
Go, Daddy. Do it na. Sleeping siya eh.
And then, of course, just like a real milk tea, you have to have the huge straw.
Wow. Did you try this already, Charlene? Or it was just you? Pang tatay lang ba yan?
I think let her try because she's breastfeeding, so I don't want the baby to get the spirit. Yeah. Oh, but by the way, I was telling about the story about me being an ex-seminarian, no, and now a bartender. And when people ask me why did you become a bartender instead of becoming why did you become a bartender instead of becoming a priest, and the usual joke that I tell them is that I realize there are more spirits behind the bar. So,
Yeah, and what you're doing anyways is very spiritual. So
oh yeah. Oh, that's true. Okay, so this is the drink now. Okay, so it's called Daddy Duties.
awesome. That's an awesome cocktail. I wish
Dixie,
I
hope
could
you can do this.
try it. I would try it if I was there. I really would. Because I always try something I've never tried before. That's the adventurous side of me. But I'm sure it tastes great. What did you eat before you pumped that out? Baka may pineapple pa yan. Kumain ka ng fresh pineapples or something. It probably tastes like that too.
You never know, Dixie. You never know.
Sige, describe it nga. Describe it at least.
Oh,
With pearls? It's good with pearls.
really good with pearls, by the way. Really good with pearls.
Macau.
Man, I think this is better than Macau. I'm
Oo,
kidding.
patay na yan, ha? Sorry, Charlene, you're gonna be working double time na gagawing business na ni Larry.
But seriously, guys, I really didn't expect. I tried it the other night, but it was only a few. I was still tweaking on the recipe until I got it. I hit the perfect recipe with just 2 ounces of the breast milk, and also freshly squeezed, by the way.
It's
Um,
crying na. Go ahead,
very good.
guys. It's crying me.
Okay, bye, Basti.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hi. His ano, first time the, ano, on the video, no?
Yes, yes.
Live video.
Although we've been documenting him since he came out actually. But going back to the drink, you know that the intramuros plus the rum, of course, that gives it the body. But the M2, which has flavors of malunggay, ginger, what else was in there? Okra and luya, ginger. Talagang it's really very unique. Plus you top it off with the breast milk. It's really like it tastes pretty much like a milk tea, but with a kick.
Wow, interesting.
Really,
That is
really,
something
really.
that is something very, very interesting. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Larry. So for
More than
everybody again,
happy to share with you.
Larry Guevara, thank you again for guesting here on Tip Your Bartender PH. Next week, we're going to have another special bartender who is based in Bulacan. So again, guys, please follow Larry on Instagram. He's under Liquid Concepts PH and Larry Guevara PH. Also, thank you again for Aaron. Thanks again. Special mention to Aaron for sponsoring our
Yeah.
episode for today.
Thank you so much, Aaron.
Yeah, and so he's gonna be, guys. Please tip your bartender. Larry's Gcash is on. Don't forget, and the highest tipper for this week is going to be awarded by a selection of Distillery Remtuaco bottles. So you're helping somebody out. At the same note, you can be awarded by like yummy, delicious spirits
Yeah.
made by Distilleria Limtuaco. So again, Larry, thank you so much. I
Thank
hope
you.
you had fun in this episode.
I had so
And
much fun, especially making this special drink for you guys.
yes, happy Father's Day.
Thank you so much. And happy Father's Day to everyone, to all the fathers, not only the father bartenders, but everyone, all the fathers in the world.
So also, do you want to remind them to join you also on YouTube?
Yes, please. Please subscribe to our channel if you can. If you haven't already, we are Charlene and Larry. That's SHARLEEN and Larry, of course. I'll be posting some links as well on our social media through Instagram and also Facebook. Yes, please support our channel. We're covering as much as we can. We're pretty much more on oriented on the family, couples, relationships, and also social responsibility. And you'll see that one of the most viewed videos that we have, aside from the one with Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather, it's actually our Philippine Army Reservist, how to be a reservist, how to join the Philippine Army Reservist. So it's really nice to feel that we're also doing our part in nation building and helping other people, not just wearing the uniform of an army and stuff like that, but really doing our part in making and helping other people and making other people's lives better.
Awesome. Thanks again, Larry, and thank you for being
Thank
an
you.
inspiration. So I'll see you. Hopefully, I'll see you, Charlene and the baby soon. So take care and stay healthy. Thanks so much, Larry.
I'll save some fresh breast milk for you so I can make the drink for you as well.
Okay, next time. Definitely next time. I won't forget.
All right.
Bye. So, guys, thank you again. My name is Icy Marines of Drink Manila. This is Tip Your Bartender Happy Hour. Tip Your Bartender, and I hope you guys enjoyed this special episode. And what an interesting last cocktail by Larry Guevara. Who has tasted fresh breast milk cocktail. Not me, but hopefully it's something it's really interesting and a bit maybe wild for other people, but it's something different, and I hope that we've entertained you today. And I also do hope that you can help Larry Guevara as well by tipping him And by tipping him, you can definitely join in the it's kind of like an entry fee for winning a few bottles from Distillery Limtuaco. Is there anything else that I missed? I hope you guys are doing. I hope you guys are. I wish you guys a great weekend, and I hope to see you again next week. On Wednesday, we're gonna be having Drink Manila Happy Hour plus one. So we have a special guest then, and then also on Friday. So again, happy Friday, guys. This is Drink Manila Happy Hour. It's been great. Thank you so much, and enjoy your weekend. Cheers.